Okay, I want to take a poll out there. How many of you are more likely to buy something with a debit or credit card, and how many of you are more likely to buy with cash? And the reason I ask that is there is a different emotional response with each one of those, and it's really interesting how it goes into play with your spending. Now, me personally, I buy almost everything with a debit card simply because I do not like keeping a bunch of cash around. It's difficult for me to keep track of all the cash I spend for whatever reason. Even if I get a receipt, for some reason, it's difficult to keep track of all the cash spent. So I like having the debit card that I can have the card, have the receipt. But there is some very interesting emotional factors that go into spending with a debit or credit card versus cash. Number one is you are more likely to spend more with a card, with a piece of plastic. And the reason is because whenever you're using that card, you swipe it and you're done. You're not handing anything over that you don't get back. You're not actually seeing how much actual money you're spending. You are generally just swiping a card for a digital transaction, and there is not the recognition and the realization, and sometimes oh, I spent a lot of money here, because you're not handing over tens, 20s, $100 bills and seeing how much money is actually coming out of your pocket and going to that purchase. Try it. I think you'd be surprised at the difference you feel whenever you pay for something with cash versus when you pay for something with a card. So it's very interesting, the emotional factors that go into that. Now, if you're keeping track of your money, then it's not, you're not as big of an issue if you're paying with a card, but you will spend more money paying with a card than paying with cash, because there is not that visual representation, that emotional realization that I'm actually spending this much money on these items. So I'm curious where you're sitting. Drop a comment and let me know. Do you like to buy with cash? Do you like to buy with card? Have you ever noticed what this difference is like? I think we have a good conversation about this.